Hello everyone, welcome to Criccentric View. Today we are moving on from the test season, now the test series. Now the IPL season is coming up and we are really excited about the upcoming IPL season. So me and Sharvanan are going to do a preview and a team analysis of Mumbai Indians and CSK. So Sharvanan, uh, how excited are you about the upcoming IPL season?
Yeah, every IPL will be will be like a carnival for us. For Indian fans, Indian Premier League is the biggest competition, and nowadays IPL be preferred more than the international series. So yeah, I'm so excited. So which team
Yeah.
you are supporting?
Uh, there are a lot of people who do E Sala Cup Naam De.
Yeah, you're in Bangalore, so it's quite obvious.
Unfortunately, I have been in that
Mm,
category since past 16 years. So yeah.
okay,
So
but,
let's see
but
how.
but don't mistake me. I'm not a Chennai supporter. I'm an ardent fan of Mumbai Indians.
Oh,
Okay.
nice, nice.
So for 15 years, I'm with Mumbai Indians, and
Uh,
it's a very unfortunate coincidence. I'm wearing a yellow T-shirt right now.
so yeah. So let's start with the uh, team analysis of your favorite team. So
Yeah, sure.
What do you think that? What do you think the change in the captaincy from Rohit Sharma to Hardik Pandya?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't like that captaincy shift from Rohit Sharma because he was a savior. Because we have been trophyless for 5 years, and even we had the World Cup winning captain Ricky Ponting, but still we are not up to that mark. Sachin was the huge figure in the Indian cricket or even in world cricket, but still we couldn't get our hands to the trophy. But the dynamics of the team and the culture of the team was changed when a young kid from Nagpur was taken over the captaincy from Ricky Ponting, and all of a sudden, the team was quite very different because he took the captaincy through the halfway stage of the tournament, and yeah, it was magical with Rohit Sharma because winning five trophies in 10 years was not an easy job, and even to beat Dhoni, a figure like MS, in four finals is not an easy job, or it's not even what do you say? It's unthinkable to me. So uh, yeah, sacking him from captaincy was very that too with Hardik Pandya, and I really couldn't see that coming. I wish it was stayed as a rumor itself. We really
Right.
don't need Hardik Pandya.
Mm, See, the thing is, if their thought process was about the transition, they could have done in a better way, right?
Yeah,
Like they could have conveyed to Rohit Sharma saying that, look, this is the final season for you. So uh, after that, we are moving on to Hardik Pandya, so that everyone is happy at the end of the day. Now, how team dynamics will be, that is a big question mark as of now, right?
but actually, Hardik Pandya was not really needed, because we have already Surya Kumar Yadav, Jasprit Bumrah in the wings. So I don't see there is a particular need for Hardik Pandya to come over and take the captaincy from him. I really couldn't understand that move itself because the previous year was Hardik Pandya was talking some rubbish like CSK. They make some champions. Mumbai will be always going for the champion players, and they bring them into the side, and that's how Mumbai is becoming champions. But it's completely opposite. We do nurture the young talents. We do pick them from the scratch, and that's how
Yeah,
it is. But
see, the previous couple of seasons there were like lot of players. Tilak Verma, Nehal Vadera did good in the last season, but a season before that he was not a good player whatsoever. He was on the bench, right? So like Mumbai is known for picking the right talent. The talent scout is really great, right? And picking the right talent and nurturing them, and they have a best coaching staff you could ask for, like in the bowlers there's Shane Bond, Zahir Khan and all. So yeah, somehow that statement didn't make sense to me at that time. And moreover, Hardik Pandya was never going to be traded to MI as per the auction, right? Somehow in the last moment, uh, there was some other some other things going on in the background and what happened.
Yeah, RCB
Rest
was
is
a
history.
scapegoat again. We sold Cam Green to them, and
Yeah,
we got the money, and we brought Hardik Pandya. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
We will discuss about RCB some other time. But Cam Green coming to RCB was a blessing in disguise to us, right? And
yeah. We can keep the discussion when we talk about RCB. But
true, true.
regarding Mumbai, I think, see, end of the day, everyone is a professional, and the team environment will not affect, as far as I think, because the support staff
Hmm.
they have, and Rohit is again a very senior player, and he knows how things work. He knows, being a part of such a big franchise,
Hmm.
and this is ultimately, at the end of the day, this is a corporate tournament. This is not
Right, right,
something
yeah.
a pure cricketing tournament. It has just moved on, because cricket is
Hmm.
not is a mere sport now. It's a pure show business. So they know, and I think the team environment will not be a huge mess if the team
Hmm.
environment is not good, and I don't see this franchise will thrive for more seasons now.
Right, and also Rohit Sharma, he was a good captain, but in as far as batting is concerned in T20s, he hasn't been up to the mark, right? So I
Yeah,
feel this season he would be really hungry to score runs, right? First of all, World Cup is coming up, and at the same time, uh, that actually World Cup could be one of the main factors for him to be, uh, gain that form and be in a put a right
yeah.
foot in the World Cup. That's what I feel about Rohit Sharma.
Yeah, but historically, Rohit hasn't been performed really well for the Mumbai Indians. Whenever it
Hmm.
comes to this franchise cricket, he was not a huge run getter. See,
Right.
even if you take Mumbai Indians as a team, we don't see many players in the top 10 of the orange cap holders. Even from the bowling department, you can see Jasprit Bumrah, Malinga will be there in top 5 or top 3. But in the batting department, it's a collective effort, right? The top
Hmm.
7 will be there, and they'll be getting some handsome of runs. That's all. Uh, One or two exceptions, like in 2018, Surya Kumar's first season, he was there in the top of the orange cap. So
Right.
there may be some exceptions, but Rohit Sharma is, historically he hasn't been that much performed to Mumbai Indians. So, but whenever he is transitioned to Indian side, and he will be a different beast altogether. Even
True.
if you take 2019 season, he had a very mediocre performance with Mumbai Indians. But once he stepped into Indian cricket team, and the team went to England, the 2019 World Cup was magical to him. He scored 500s. Even if you
Right.
take this
True.
in 2023 World Cup also, the IPL was not very. The form of Rohit Sharma's IPL was not very good, and but still he scored really good runs in it,
True. True.
World Cup. So
50 over format kind of suits well for that guy, right? So that is one thing, of course, and you can't really judge based on IPL performance that this guy might not be able to do well in the World Cup, something like that. So and that is done about Rohit Sharma. Now, what do you think about Ishan Kishan?
Ishan Kishan, again, if you really put into Ishan Kishan's shoes, if I want to think like how he's been treated in the recent
Mhm.
past, I think uh, his actions were questionable, but still the frustration would be justified also, because he was with the team for all the tours, but getting very limited amount of chances. And even though if he's getting one or two games here and there, and he's performed there also, the
Mhm.
frustration was quite understandable, but the actions he did was completely rubbish to me, because ignoring the Ranji Trophy was very a bad
Mhm.
move. Even though you are performing
True.
really well, but still you need to perform in the domestic just to keep up your form. That's it. You're just being
Yeah.
there, and still giving some headache to the selectors. That would be the ideal option as a professional cricketer.
Mhm.
But what he did is just being still a kid, and yeah,
I mean, yeah, like a 20, you can't expect, you can expect that from a 24, 25-year-old guy, right? People do get frustrated when they are young and all, but that's a different story. But Ishan Kishan still uh, has a chance to be in the World Cup squad, right? uh, because like if we look at the Indian composition, we have a finisher in Rinku Singh, right, in lower order. But if we play Rinku Singh at number 6, you can't play a keeper. That's
Yes.
going to be a problem. And somehow, if Ishan Kishan performs well, there's a chance that he can be playing as an opener above Jaiswal or Gill for that matter, right? And so I feel he has a lot to prove in this IPL, and it's a good opportunity for him.
So yeah, Shankishan will be among the 400 plus run season. He will be sure. He will
Mhm.
somehow manage that 400 plus run season. But overpassing Gill and Jaiswal will be a uphill task to him because Jaiswal is in his form of his life, and even in the last IPL he was scoring runs for fun. Gill was scoring really well, but after that IPL, he was not up to that form because he couldn't keep up that form. But cricket is again a funny game, and IPL is another tournament where you can't judge people's. So
Mhm.
it will be a very fun to watch these guys. And
Right.
selection is going to be another big headache to the selectors because everybody is going to put up their brilliant performances. And yeah, IPL is another extravagant tournament, so it will be exciting for us. Uh, but it will be a huge headache for the selectors for the upcoming World Cup. The
True,
first
true. Yeah.
World Cup game and the final of the IPL.
Exactly. Yeah. But like, let's take a look at the Mumbai. Like, if you were to make a playing 11 of Mumbai Indians, so uh, let's take role by role. Okay, like in the opening slot, you want someone who can, hello, hello. Yeah. So in the opening slot, you want someone. No worries, no worries. Yeah, like like we were discussing. So how would how would the playing 11 for MI look like for you?
Uh, for me, it's obvious. Rohit and Ishan will be my openers.
Okay.
Surya Kumar Yadav will be my first round player, and Tilak Verma, Hardik Pandya, uh, Tim David, Nehal Vadera at number 7, and the spinners will be. I will go with Nabi at 8, and Jasprit Bumrah at 9, and I'll go with this guy Gerard Coetzee and Akash Madwal.
Akash Madwal. Okay. 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 Uh, like, would you be tempted to? Uh, that spin department is bit weak for MI, right? Like, of course, there are options in
Yeah,
Piyush Chawla. So, of course, uh, Mohammad Nabi coming in kind of, strengthened the spin department, right? So, and you are playing with how many foreign players? Mohammad Nabi, Tim David, and who else? Gerald Kutsi, three, is it? So, would you be tempted to play Jason Behrendorff instead of Akash Madwal? He would be like a new ball bowler with
no.
Jasprit Bumrah.
Yeah, that's okay, but Akash Madwal can give that stability towards the depth actually because last time we didn't have the bowling depth completely because we lost Bumrah. We don't have Joe Archer with us, and it was a huge problem when we started off the tournament and we couldn't able to win games up front. And then the team went into an all rampage mode. Like we will give 200 runs for sure. Let's try to chase it down. That's how the approach was. And once Akash Madwal was drafted in, it gave us some stability towards the end. And yeah, that changed the whole dynamics last year. Barring that qualifier too, it was went really well. The plan was worked well for us, and yeah, yeah, still, this is the first game we are going to play against Gujarat Titans at Ahmedabad. So I think that Akash Madwal would be a good bet than Jason
Hmm.
Behrendorff, as per me.
Okay, okay, okay.
And since
And
the
what about
Ahmedabad pitch will
Sky?
not offer you that much speed,
Hmm. So what about
yes,
Sky? Like, apparently he's not available for a couple of games. So, like if that's true,
Sorry,
who would
who's
you
that?
play? Yeah, like Surya Kumar Yadav. He is not
Which
available for a couple of games. So, who would you play instead of him
Yeah,
if that's the
if
case?
Surya is not there, I will go for Deval Brevis.
That's a good option. Yeah.
Yeah, Deval
Okay.
Brevis would be my ideal option because he
Hmm.
can be that. He's a similar kind of player to Sky. He
Right.
can attack
Right.
from the
Yeah.
ball one, and he can even stabilize the innings and then go for bankers in the towards him.
And for me, Mumbai Indians at this point seems to be that team. Like if they get like a belter wickets like Wankede, Ahmedabad, something like those, I think they will do well, right? So I'm talking about the batting, but what would happen like if they come to Chepok, which is on a spinning side? So how would you think they would fare?
Yeah, yeah. Even last time also we experienced this without a very good spinners. The spinners was not with us, so maybe in Chepok, I will be tempted more to play Piyush Chawla because he bowled well there to me.
Mm-hmm.
And even I keep Nabi there because eventually the track will be very lucid and it will be very good for the slow bowlers. Um, maybe I will be tempted to go with Kumar Kartikeya, Piyush Chawla, and Mohammad Nabi there.
No, that's yeah, that's a
Yeah,
better option.
a right arm off, yeah, a right arm off spinner and a left arm spinner, and then a leggy. So yeah, that would be a more stable attack, I think, in Chepok.
And also there's a impact player rule as well. So you
Yes.
could always trade in one batsman and bring in an extra spinner if you're bowling second, right?
Yeah, to me, if Mumbai goes with three overseas players and the fourth one as an impact player, if I want to bring someone, I would always go for Mario Shepherd. I think he has a
Uh,
knack of bowling that slower balls. If it is an out and out, what do you say? Fast bowler paradise. Like if you get a chance to play in Kolkata, if you want to defend some runs, then I'll be more prompted to bring in this guy Dilshan Madhushankar.
Dilshan Madhusankar. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, according to you, who will take the new ball? Like Jasprit Bumrah is a given. Like who would he
Yes.
share and who would he who would be the other bowler who would be bowling from other end?
Yeah. For me, I would go for Koetsi. Uh, just give him two overs
Could
up front
see
and then
okay.
yeah, just give him two overs up front and after power play, I will be bringing in Akash Madwal.
Akash
After
Madhav,
the,
okay.
the last 4 overs will be definitely for Akash Madwal and Jasprit Bumrah.
Okay. And middle overs, you would be Hardik Pandya would be one option.
Yeah, he
Then
can. Then
Mohammad
what else
Nabi.
is in the team?
Yeah,
He has to bowl some overs.
yeah,
That guy has to give some overs for us.
yeah. Mohammad Nabi
But
is the other one.
yeah,
And who else? Mohammad Nabi. Uh, of course, Gerald Kutsi will be bowling few overs
yes,
in the middle.
yes.
Right. Okay.
Even Tilak is starting to bowl some overs now. Maybe they can use here and there one or two
True,
overs.
true. Yeah. I mean,
Not in all games, but in some
yeah,
games
yeah.
I think they can
I
use.
mean, it's important for as far as Indian team is concerned. We need
Yes.
someone to give like 1 2 overs at the 1 2 overs if someone doesn't have a good day, right?
Yeah.
And Tilak Verma could be tried there, and he also picked a couple of wickets in West Indies in the T20
Yes.
series, right? So that's one option,
Yeah. Whenever the ground is the dimensions of a ground is big like Mohali or Hyderabad, so we can try him there.
Mhm.
Just
Right?
one or two overs here and there, and yeah, that
Mhm.
will give him some confidence to bowl.
Yeah, like see, it someone has to start at some point, right? Like even
Yes.
Markram was Aiden Markram and Glenn Phillips were never they were
Uh,
they were just batsmen. Now they are like proper bowlers, right?
Now Phillips
So
has a fifer in Test cricket.
Test cricket
Yeah, that too in New Zealand, he got a
in New
fifer.
Zealand, yeah. So let's see what happens uh,
Yeah.
with the part-time bowling because India really lacks that.
Yes.
So how do you see? Where do you see Mumbai Indians? Of course, you would be like feeling like they should be winning the IPL, but
Yeah, it's been 3 years now. We haven't touched a
uh
trophy, so it's been a long time for us. But I think the team is very strong on the paper. It all
yeah.
up to the performances now. On-field performances will do matter for us now, and
Hmm.
I do see a top two finish at least,
Hmm.
because I don't know how it goes in qualifiers because it's a different ball game after the playoffs. So I do really think that after the league games, Mumbai will finish in top two.
That's, I mean, that's quite possible. And
Yeah.
also, like last IPL, Mumbai Indians tried a lot of players. One was
Yes.
Vishnu Vinod, the other was Akash Madhwal. He did. I think he's a good. He
Yeah.
proved himself as a good bowler. Then who else? Kumar Kartikeya, Ritik Shawkin, and all those guys. Uh, the only player who didn't perform well was Arjun Tendulkar, right?
Yeah. Also, the chances where he got was quite minimal, but still, he was not up to that mark. I think he's not up to that level of playing this high
Yeah,
level cricket to me.
and I mean
He,
he bowls like military medium pace. So, like in this era, batsmen really find it easy to play that military medium, right?
yeah,
And especially
that
in
too
Indian
in Indian
conditions.
conditions. Yeah, that too in Indian conditions, he will not be spared.
Hmm.
Also, he has to work a lot on his batting. Also,
Hmm.
nowadays you can't be that unidimensional player. Like I can bat well or I can bowl well. If you do that
Right, yeah.
combination, even Hardik Pandya started with this military pace kind of bowling. Then later he picked up the pace and he just brought on some variations to his bowling, and that's why he's quite important to any team now. So
Right. See,
Arjun Tendulkar,
Hardik Pandya is a thinking bowler, right?
yeah,
Like no matter how much ever anyone hates that guy, he's a thinking bowler, and
yes, yes,
he's a good asset to the team, right? And like over the years, I think he debuted in 2016 for India,
yeah,
and in 8 years he has improved a lot, like in
yes,
terms of bowling or batting. Like in Gujarat, he used to bat at number 4, and he has
yeah,
won quite a lot of games for Gujarat. So yeah, like for Arjun Tendulkar, yes, he can't be a unidimensional player. He needs to develop different skills,
yes,
right? Mm, Now let's come to CSK,
yeah. The arch rivals.
the defending champions.
Yeah, the defending champions. So, um, CSK again, a champion side. You can't deny the fact, and the
Yeah,
most consistent side in the tournament. And a side I would really love to play against. Whenever it is CSK versus MI, it's again an El Clasico. Like
yeah,
in football, we do see that Barcelona versus Real Madrid is always it's a box office show actually for us. So CSK
right.
is another very good side, and they have a very balanced attack again.
Yeah,
Given
again,
give it
that's one. Like when you see commonality between teams who have like consistently won IPLs year on year, they have they have a stability in the side, right?
yes,
They don't chop and change players. Like even in the last IPL, we thought, why is Mahesh Tikshana playing when you have Mitchell Santner in your side, right? But
yes,
that's so CSK is. They are like, okay, fine, we need to give a longer run. We need to have a stable playing 11. So they do that, and that kind of reflects in the results as well, right? So that's the thing. Like somehow CSK, like whoever is not performing in other teams, when they come to CSK, they are a different beast altogether. Like Shivam Dube.
yes. You take Rahane for that matter. He was not that kind of an explosive batter for any other side. He played for Rajasthan Royals so many years, but I haven't seen him playing like that. Even for he played 2 years for Rising Pune Super Giants, but still he didn't
Yeah,
play that kind of an. He didn't have that kind of a tournament. And Shivam Dubey is another classic example.
right.
I
Like
never
everyone
thought
used
in my
to,
lifetime.
yeah, everyone used to mock about his footwork, right?
Yes,
And now we are like, we want him in the Indian team.
yeah, that's the huge irony of the Indian crowd and the media.
Yeah. like
Just
narratives.
one good tournament, and we really need him on board straight away. He has to be in the playing 11,
Yeah,
not even in the tournament squad. We
yeah,
really need them, everyone in the
playing
playing 11.
11. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. Like just one game, one good game changes the narrative here and there, right?
Yes,
So yeah, like also uh, like did you think that this year, like what do you think? Devon Conway is injured, right?
yes.
So how would you see the playing 11 getting affected with that?
I don't
CSK,
see there'll be much of a difference to them. They have Rachin
mhm,
Ravindra, another very good batter.
right?
He just walks into any team in the world. He has that. He's again a very good spin bowler. Also, he's another thinking
Mm.
bowler. He hits the line consistently. The line and length he bowls. So recently played Test cricket also. So I think
Yeah, MS
that would
Dhoni.
be
MS Dhoni kind of used the spinners well, so
yeah.
he would be he would be a great addition, right?
And even the tracks they are going to play, like in Chennai, they are going to play 7 games. So it's a spinner's
Mm,
paradise, and you can
right.
have an all round spin attack along with Deepak Chahar.
Mhm.
That's enough for them to play. And even they got Darrell Mitchell this year, so he bowls at uh, Nagy medium pace. That really suits Chennai. The conditions
Yeah,
really
like
favors them.
so. What do you think the playing 11 would be? Rutraj Gaikwad, Rachin Ravindra.
Yeah, the
Number
openers
three, you
favor
can play Moeen Ali.
Rahane. Rahane will be at 3, I think, like last year.
Okay, Rahane three, number four, Shivam Dube.
Yes.
Shivam Dube five, then you can play Jadeja, or that
Yeah,
would be
number five
Mitali, right?
Jadeja to me. Yeah, number five Jadeja to me as well.
Number five, Jadeja, because last year Ambati Raidu was playing there, no number five.
Yes, yes.
So uh, this year that's why number five Jadeja could play. Number six, Mitchell Santner.
Possibly Mitchell Santner can get some game time this year.
Yeah,
If not for
because
Moeen Ali,
looking
that
at
that
Dhoni,
place
he
could be a
won't
toss
be.
up.
Yeah, but because the way last year Dhoni played, he won't come early. He would be sending
Yeah, he
players in.
really won't come early.
He won't come to bat. I think that's how he's
Yes,
planning. Mitchell Santner
at least
six.
for 18 overs he won't come.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then seven, MS Dhoni.
As far as the team sheet, he will be at number 7.
Number
But
seven,
even
yeah.
Deepak Char can ahead of him.
Yeah. Then eight, of course, Deepak Chahar.
Yes.
And after that,
Shardul Thakur is there.
Shardul
Then
Thakur, Angargekar.
I don't think so. Hungrekar will get some match time again.
Okay.
Yeah, for me, because why I'm saying Shardul Thakur, because Shardul has experience playing under Dhoni again, and
Yeah.
he already played for CSK, so they know the conditions better than anyone else.
Right, right, yeah.
So
And
the
11 would be
combination,
Patirana would be playing all the games,
yes,
right, for
Padirana
CSK.
is his death bowler.
Yeah,
He will be saving with Patirana from 13, 15, 17, 19. That's it.
that's what
That's
it
how his
is.
job would be.
Yeah. But somehow, like CSK has gotten the batting order really well. Their spinners, they have got the spinners really well. That end is really sorted. And middle overs, you need fast bowlers who can hit the deck. That is also sorted in terms of Shardul Thakur, right? So for me, the only issue I can see is like who is going to share the new ball with Deepak Chahar.
Yeah, if it is Chennai, they're definitely going to pair him with a spinner. That's a given now. If it is
Okay.
other stadiums, there'll be a toss up between Shardul can come and bowl an over, or even Padirana for a chance. Like he can
Hmm.
bowl that 1 over or 2 overs here and there. So
Right.
that could be the case. Yeah, the only part that CSK lacks, they don't have that explosive fast bowler. They don't have that 140 bowling bowlers to them.
Mhm.
That is the only area that they are
But
lagging for quite
Patirana
some
is
time now.
there. Patirana is there. So yeah.
Patrana is there, but still, I don't really bank up on him with this pacey deliveries. He is very good for in nailing those Yorkers or those
Mhm.
low bounces. He can
Yeah,
bowl that bounces and Yorkers really well, but for pacey attack or any if they got any swinging conditions, only Deepak Chahar is there for them. And also Deepak
right,
Chahar
right,
is
yeah,
coming from a huge injury layoff, and
right,
we really
right.
don't know how he is going to be. And yeah, only issue that I could see for CSK is they don't have that pace bowler, that 140
Yeah,
pace
like
bowler.
because you have swinging conditions in if you see Mohali and Dharamshala, it is generally swinging conditions. Even in Eden Gardens,
Yes,
they
in
are
Eden Garden.
uh, Eden Gardens early on there is some swing which they could extract, but if if they are playing 50% of the games in Chennai, they are sorted. Honestly, the
Yeah,
only
they're sorted honestly. But
yeah.
the only problem I could see is when they start losing games in Chepauk, which they usually don't. But when
Mm-hmm.
they start losing in Chepauk, then that could be a huge issue for them because even in Ahmedabad, there might be some tracks which will be offering some good pace and bounce. There'll be some swings
Right, yeah.
early on. Even we have seen Mohammad Shami there doing that
Mm-hmm.
for the past 2 years, and he's bowling really well there. So based upon some decks, there will be some swing and pace here and there. But the only concern that I could see when CSK starts losing the games in Chepauk, if they won 4 out of 7 in Chepauk, then that's going to be a huge issue for them in qualifying. Other than that, I think they completely sorted out, and historically CSK will be picking the place. The entire playing 11 will be for batting and bowling.
Mm-hmm.
They really want their place like that only.
Yeah, somehow uh, they really do a good picking of players in the auctions,
Yes.
and they somehow end up bringing the surprise packages, right? Like a new player would come in out of nowhere and they will perform. Even players, uh, retired players, end up
Yeah.
performing there. Like Kedar Jadhav performed in CSK for a while. Then Shane Watson, when
Uttapa
he was not,
performed really well.
uh,
Uttapa played really well to them.
Uttapa played really well. Then Shane Watson
Raidu,
played really well. Raidu. Then latest examples are Ajinkya Rahane and Shivam
Shivam
Dube,
Dube. Yeah.
right? So somehow they have a they have a better environment, right,
Yes.
for for getting the full potential of a player.
And Dhoni is a master in that. He knows
Mhm.
what to bring out of a player, and he I think what he does really well is he just explains the role to each and every player in his team. Like you're
Mhm.
going to be in my team, no matter what happens. Just go and exploit yourself. That's it. That's what I think his mantra is
True,
all along his career.
and also moreover, like sometimes what happens is, like if you talk about Virat Kohli's captaincy, like even though I'm his big fan, the only drawback of his captaincy is like Dhoni used to have a ability to understand the player. Okay, fine, this is
Yes.
the best this player can do, right? You can't expect more from him. uh, for example, if you take that 2007 finals T20, Yusuf Pathan debuted in that game, right?
Yes.
He didn't expect that I want a century from him. I want an explosive start from him, and he set the expectations that way. But somehow Virat Kohli can't do that, right? So that is one good thing about MS, right?
I think the player's ability also will come into the mind when they
Hmm.
become a captain because Virat Kohli
Right.
is an hardworking talent and he
Yeah.
generally punches above his weight. Right through his
Right.
career,
Right.
he
Yeah.
was like that only. So he's expecting that from his teammates also. But eventually, everyone can't be Virat Kohli. So that
Right.
that
Yeah.
might be an issue.
True. True. Yeah. So, like, what do you think this year CSK would be like top two? They will be playing finals, right?
If you ask me as an MI fan, I really want CSK MI finals again. But since you are an RCB fan sitting in front of me, for now I'm just saving myself that CSK would definitely qualify for the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, I mean they qualify for every playoff
Yeah, yeah, they
except
qualify for
except
every
for one
playoff.
or two here and there,
Yes, yes.
right? So
Yeah, even the team is very balanced, and I could see there is a shift in their team selection also nowadays because previously I think till the 2020 season they were really banking on the experienced candidates. Now they are just moving towards the youngsters also. So the average team's age was just 26 only for CSK. They are the youngest side in the tournament now. I really didn't expect that, and it was a very shocking to me because they generally bank on these experienced candidates, and they thrive on that also.
Mhm.
But in the last 2 years, I could see there are so many youngsters in their squad, and in the playing 11 also, they are giving some chances to the youngsters. And yeah, it's going to be a very good and exciting tournament for them. And yeah, eventually they'll be qualifying for the playoffs, and given that they can even go for the finals also.
Right. And one more issue with CSK, if you see, uh, since like if you see an MI, there's a finisher in Tim David, right?
Yes.
But in CSK, since Dhoni is coming like in last 2 overs at max, like if we are really lucky, he will play 2 overs. That's it, right?
Yeah.
But that's where they lack. If Dhoni is not playing like uh, more than 1 over or 2 overs, that finishing
Yeah.
touch is something they would be missing, right?
Um, for that only, I think they be requiring a collective effort from the other batters also because uh, if you personally ask me, I wouldn't have Dhoni in my side. Yeah, if you ask me, if, being a CEO of any franchise, but being a face of the franchise and being the face of the sport, they are just nagging Dhoni to play another season, another season, another season, and
Right,
they
because
even
see, last year he got the best thing he could ask for. Like for any player, when they think of retirement, they
yeah.
retire on a high. Last year, last year they lifting the trophy was a high for MS Dhoni, right?
Yeah, but again, I think even the CSK management will not allow Dhoni to retire. That's what my gut feeling is because they don't even identify the next captain. See, the
Mhm.
the best captains will always groom the next leaders. For
Right,
example, you can take Owen Morgan. Even when he was captaining England, he was grooming Josh Butler there, Ben Stokes.
right,
He
right,
was
right.
giving captaincy to each and everyone. Moeen Ali has captained so many games during his reign. So that was not happened with CSK. Uh,
I mean, there's
Fortunately or
one more.
unfortunately, he gave the captaincy to Jadeja, but he was not up to the level, and he can't put up the pressure of
I mean,
being a
more than
skipper.
that, like see, in Indian setup, MS Dhoni gave to Virat Kohli, and then that transition was smooth because uh, like people are not that emotional when a national captain changes, right? When a franchise captain changes, everyone is emotional, right? And MS
Yeah,
Dhoni gave it to Jadeja, and somehow that pressure got to him, right? So yeah, and they even tried to get Ben Stokes as a they can groom him and he could be a future captain for
but he
CSK.
was not available.
He was not available, so yeah.
Yeah, but as far as the team's concerned, given this finisher issue and this pace bowling
Mhm.
issue, CSK will thrive. They will be on the
They will
playoffs.
they will make it in playoffs no matter what, right?
Yes, but
And
if they can't able to make, if they are not in playoffs, then it's a huge shock to everyone. That will be a very huge
exactly,
upset
mhm.
because given the team they have, it's a crime when they didn't get
True,
to
true,
get
yeah.
into the playoff berth.
I mean, their number one strength is spin, and half of the games you play in your home conditions, so you're bound to win all those 7 games,
Yes,
and you eventually make playoffs if you win 7 games, right?
yes.
So yeah.
And also, there are elections coming up, and might be we can play some games in other country also. There's a possibility for that, but the IPL committee has ensured that they are going to play all games in India itself. But still,
Mhm.
in Tamil Nadu, they are going to the elections will be on April. So yeah, that could be another headache that the IPL governing committee has.
Right. So, I mean, what would be the other country? UAE.
Yeah, you for sure.
But yeah, UAE has that problem here. Like
Very
somehow,
monochromatic kind of pitches, and
yeah, like somehow if you win the toss, you win the game, right? Like
yeah, that's how it is.
the team who is bowling second doesn't even have a chance, right? At least in
Yes,
Indian conditions, there is a bit of a chance. But over there, it's uh, like in the 90% of the games, you expect someone who is bowling second is going to lose, right?
yeah,
So that is
yeah.
something we don't want.
Yeah, we can keep our fingers crossed that entire tournament
Yeah,
will be in India only, but we don't know how it is going to shape up
right.
given
Yeah,
the elections coming up. Yeah.
true,
So,
true.
what's your thoughts that will CSK finish it off on a very high, like lifting the trophy again, or what could be our predictions on CSK?
So uh, I think CSK would make it to finals. They would make it to playoffs, but I'm
Okay.
not sure if they can lift the trophy this year, right?
Okay.
Because
So,
uh, because that's what I said, right? Like uh, they can come into playoffs and all, right? But after that, the bowlers need to step up. They have those weaknesses, which could create a problem for CSK, right? I mean, but somehow you know how Dhoni is. He can figure a way out. That's also possible. So I'm not saying sure shot they can't win a trophy, but
okay. So, what's our predictions for MI?
MI they could be the finalists, in my opinion. They can be the finalists. That's uh, that's one of the predictions for me. For you,
Yeah, I already said that MI will be
uh,
the champions for me, but still, I could really see that CSK might at least in qualifier one,
hmm,
so that they can be the top two, and we'll
right?
have a very good tournament.
Okay, and so who do you think from these two teams, like MI and CSK, who do you think would have a lovely season? Like lovely season in the sense, if it's a batter, he would definitely one of the contenders for orange cap, right?
Yeah,
If it's a bowler, he's a contender for purple cap.
for purple cap, I would say I really want this guy Koitzi. He really
Gerald
done
Coetzee,
well.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, he had done a really very good job in World Cup for South Africa. Again, he
Hmm.
bowled really well in Indian conditions. He is very alien to the conditions, but still he played really well. So I think this guy will be the. I think if MI wants to go a longer, if MI wants to have a very good tournament, I think Koitzi will be that trump card for them. And
Coetzee.
for CSK, I think if Deepak Chahar was fit right till the tournament, so I think Deepak Chahar is going to be another very good contender for purple to them
Hmm.
because this guy is very magical. I really admire Deepak Chahar's power play bowling. He is not a
I
very good
mean,
death bowler, but
that's the thing, right? Like uh, in the initial 6 overs when you got swinging conditions, that banana swing and all those things, Deepak Chahar does really well.
yes,
And right, so yeah.
yeah, even if it is not swinging, I think Deepak Chahar can bowl really well. He is a very good power play bowler. He is not very good
Hmm.
middle overs or death over bowler,
A
but still
death over bowler,
can
yeah.
he can be a very good power play bowler. If if the team permits, he can finish all his 4 overs up front, and we can even give him some rest. I think keeping Deepak Chahar fit is going to be a very important thing for CSK because if they lose Deepak Chahar, and that could be a very big issue for them because you can't really bank
Hmm.
on Shardul Thakur
I mean,
in all the games.
last year Hunger Kekar did a decent job, and then Akash Singh also did a good job, right? So
And yeah, they even tried Simarjit Singh. He done a
mm,
fairly good job, but if they lose this guy Deepak Chahar, then it's a huge problem because
yeah,
they lost Deepak Chahar, and that prompted them to try so many paces, which
right.
CSK usually don't do. They play
Hmm.
all the 11 players right till their 14 games. If they go to playoffs, then till finals, they'll be playing
Hmm.
the same playing 11. But that dynamics changed because of Deepak Chahar's injury. So if
True,
Deepak
yeah.
Chahar stays fit, it's going to be a very good tournament for CSK.
Right, right, yeah. And also, and for MI, you feel Kutsi is a purple cap, and in CSK, Deepak Chahar would be potential contender
Yes.
for orange cap.
Uh,
I feel Ruturaj
I,
Gaikwad could be. This could be
Ruturaj is
C.
going to be a busy player, but still, I still think this guy Rachin Ravindra can be a surprise package because
Surprise,
everyone
yeah.
saw him a very good ODI player in the World Cup. Also, he proved himself in Test cricket. Somewhat he has proved, but in T20 it's a different ball game. I
Right,
really
yeah.
want to see how he goes up to his business, and in MI, I really want Tilak Verma to score
Do
some big
well.
runs.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I really want a left-hander middle order player.
Mm,
I see a glimpse of Reina in Tilak Verma.
Tilak Verma, yeah.
He can be that free flowing batsman like how Suresh Reina played for India or even for
Mm,
CSK. He just comes in
right,
and he is a very free flowing batsman. After Yuvraj Singh, I think I admire a lot his batting. So
right,
Tilak
yeah.
Verma can be a very huge contender for the World Cup spot also. If he plays this IPL really well, then he can be a sure shot for that number 4 or number 5 slot in the World Cup.
Right, right. And you were talking about Deepak Chahar's fitness and all, right? So how
Yes.
do you think, like, because I think the IPL will go on till like last week of May,
Yes,
and
it's going just 5 days gap between the final of IPL and the first game in
first warm-up
T20
game in
World Cup.
US, right?
Yes,
So they have to go all the way to US and they have to go through that jet lag and everything, right? So
everything yes it is.
and uh, and the World Cup is again a bigger tournament, and so how uh, do you think like Jaisha said, the workload management will be implemented in IPL? Like franchises would be told, listen, now you need to, you know, listen to the BCCI and take these things into consideration.
But the franchises don't follow that, I think. As far because I'm a team owner, I have invested a lot of amount in this players,
Mhm.
and then for this tournament, I have waited for 1 year because these players are playing matches every week in, every week out. So that's not a huge issue for them. But as a franchisee owner, I don't think that there'll be so many rotations, at least for the marquee players. Like if
Mhm.
Rohit or Bumrah stays fit, they'll be playing all the games. If MI qualifies within the first 10, 12 games, then they can be rested for the 13th and 14th league game.
I
That's the
mean,
best they can do.
that's
That's
I
the
mean,
best. Yeah.
resting for the dead rubbers is something they can do. That is one thing, but because this is the biggest worry I have. Even in the last year IPL, after that World Test Championship was there, and players didn't even seem like they were mentally they were there because they were totally exhausted. Like coming from England to India to
Yes.
England, and they were totally tired. In the bowling, it was really visible. Even in the batting, they didn't seem to have that temperament to play a longer innings and all. So that is one worry I have from going to IPL after IPL going to World Cup. But one assuring thing is that India India's group, there are no bigger threats as far as teams are concerned. Like you have Pakistan, then you have Scotland, Namibia, countries like
Yeah.
that. So
At least for the group stage, we don't have so many
bigger
issues.
threats, so many
Yes.
issues. Yeah. So that is one assuring factor which you could think of, right?
But still, you need those 15, what is the 15 fit players to the squad.
15 fit
And
players you want, and see, the thing is, World Cup is going to go on for a month and a half, if I'm not wrong.
no, it's just within a month. It starts on June 1 and ends by June 29.
Okay, so
One
yeah,
month
like
long tournament.
1 month tournament. So you want players to be for fit enough to play these 2 months of IPL and 1 month of World Cup.
Yes.
So it's going to be a physically demanding for these players, right?
Yeah, typically minimum 19 games are there in just 90 days
Hmm.
of
90
90
days,
days
yeah.
span. We have 19 games, so it's going to be very tough on some players. That the teams that are going to qualify for the playoffs, and again, it really depends. The players are. I don't think they have a right to say I'm not going to play in this game or I'm just I need some rest at least in the first initial 8 to 10 games. After that, I think they can ask the franchisees to let them go for a game or two here and there.
Right,
But
yeah.
if they are in playoffs, I think they need their marquee players to play. And yeah, eventually they want to win this tournament. That's how the franchisees will think.
Of course, like see, uh, if someone has invested the money, they are entitled to be shrewd as far as these things
Yes.
are concerned, right? They can't think about, okay,
Yeah.
fine, let's think
Ah,
about things like workload management and all. That's where you want management to come in and set some boundaries, right? Like
but
that
still,
is
that won't
BCCI.
work actually. This is the main issue that football has been facing for so many years now, because they do play the club competitions right throughout the year, and here when they get a week or 2 weeks off, they just go to their national teams and play some friendly games. That's it.
Right,
Because
yeah.
in a year they used to play around 40 games, minimum 40 games for a player. A player plays for his club, only 2 or 3 games for his country. So that's the difference that football and cricket have right now, and cricket is slowly going towards that path now. The club
Mm-hmm.
competitions will have more popularity, and the more importance will be given to the club competitions. I think at least in the next decade it will be the new normal, I think. That's where
I
cricket is
mean,
heading to.
that could be, that is absolutely true. Like as the way the trends are looking,
Yes.
uh, and also somehow this is where the IPL new rules, like for example, impact player rule came last year,
Yes.
and the biggest weakness Indian team has, we don't have all rounders, right? And these
uh,
rules like
we don't.
impact player don't even make the teams desperate to look for the all rounders. So
Yes.
if it doesn't look make management desperate to look for it, people won't even come up. The all rounders won't be nurtured. So that is one issue I see, from the transition to domestic leagues to the national teams, right? So that's
Yeah,
one thing. It
that's
had
going to
like
be a fundamental issue.
impact player rule has made the game exciting, but this is one drawback, honestly.
So for me, this impact player rule has killed that excitement for me, at least, because
Okay.
you always have this luxury to have a new player to come in, and you just take off from. Yeah, for example, in CSK last year they used Ambati Rayudu as a pure batter. Whenever the
Hmm.
batting innings needs to start, Ambati Rayudu will come and play. And once the batting innings is done, he will be taken off, and Patirana or some other player has been taken his place. So I think
Yeah,
that
true.
surprise level is gone now, because you always know that when a player is not performed like your expectations, then you can always replace him. But
True.
I
Like
believe.
also, I mean, you do that does make sense. For example, like whenever a captain is preparing a playing 11, when he looks at a pitch, he feels like sometimes he might be in a double mind that should I go with a batting heavy team or a bowling heavy team, right? And that's where he has to take that gamble, he has to take that risk.
Yes,
Now he is like, I can, depending on the toss, if I bat first I will go with batting heavy team, after that I will change that into a bowling heavy. So in that way, yes, it has decreased the
that has
decision
taken that
making
surprise
ability of
level
the
now.
captain. Yeah.
That has taken the surprise level now, because
Mhm.
that surprise is gone. Because if a captain thinks like that, for example, in Lords we played a test game against England, and we used Kuldeep Yadav instead of picking a fast pace
Fast
bowler.
bowler, yeah.
Yeah, instead of pace bowler, we took Kuldeep Yadav, and we got hammered there. So
Yeah.
that's a. I think that is what exciting me more than having this impact player. As far as I
Right.
concerned, at least they will be having this only one impact player rule. Because in coming years, if they started to have, you can add 2 3 impact players, then it's completely going to kill the game.
It will kill the game. Like you would go, might as well go with 11 batsmen
Yes.
and 11 bowlers after that, right?
Yeah. So at least they can stay with just only one impact player rule, and yeah, it will be good.
Yeah,
We'll be get accustomed to it. I think.
true.
Yeah. I really don't
And
want them to increase the players.
there's one more rule has come up, right? Like uh, at the end of first over, at the end of over, and the start of next over, there will be a 60-second timer, and and if the over is it start within the 60 seconds, you will get a warning, and you are
Okay.
allowed those two warnings. If you are exceeded that, fire and penalty will happen.
Uh, but this is okay. I think this might be good for the side to make the game more crispier, because sometimes the games are going beyond 4 hours, 4.5 hours. Even the last
Right.
IPL final, it has
Yeah.
been played for 3 days. So, this might help. Yeah.
Right.
Because the
Yeah.
players are very okay to get some fine. They are okay to pay the fines actually now.
Right. Yeah.
Uh, So yeah, this could make the game more exciting.
True,
And
but
now the game has moved to excitement to entertainment. That's where the
right, yeah.
problem started to arise.
But do you think, see, cricket used to be a simple game as far as
Yes.
rules are concerned, laws are concerned, and everything. The more complications you put in the game, people don't seem to enjoy that, right? Like, for example, if someone starts to watch cricket, and if he comes and asks you, okay, what are the laws and why this is happening and all, he would be like, why is this so complicated? You also don't want that, right? At the end of the day.
For the matter of fact, if you watch football, it's very complicated actually. When I start watching football, I really don't know the laws actually. I know only
Hmm.
one player, Messi, and another player, Ronaldo. So they are the
Yeah.
two icons, and I inclined to watch the game, and it was quite exciting. And due to the course of watching the game, I understand the laws and everything. If
Okay. Okay.
a, if a viewer starts wants to know the rules first and then he starts to enjoy the game, it's not going to happen. You just
True.
need to
True. Yeah.
immerse in the game first, and in the course of
Hmm.
watching, in the course of exploring the game, you can understand the laws. Yeah, I think that will not be a huge issue. But if they add again, or else if this timer starts to pop up at the end of each and every over, then it's going to be a huge headache for the viewers actually.
Right.
If it
Yeah.
stays, if it stays off the grid, then it's fine.
Hmm.
Like for DRS timer, it starts to pop up right the right end
I
of the
mean,
every over.
that's with regards to transparency, right? Like, no one wants to feel that uh,
That's okay, but it gives
someone
me a
has been
feeling of a
treated
time bomb.
unfairly. Time.
Yeah, that will give an impression
Yeah.
of a time bomb. So I really don't want that to be in my screen. At least you can, a verbal communication would be better because it's not
Right.
going to happen right from the first over. Towards the end, or when the game is in the second innings, then
Hmm.
it will be a huge factor. Like the captain will be taking some more time to set the field, to choose the bowler,
Hmm.
which bowler I could go with. So
Right.
I think
Yeah.
especially in the chase, it's going to be a huge one, but I don't think so it will be a very huge one right from the beginning of the game. So yeah,
Right.
we'll
Right.
see how it goes.
Hmm. But for me, most as far as slow over rates were concerned, it was I never felt about the gap between the overs was something which was making it slow. Like for CSK last year, it was Patirana bowling wides on wides forever,
Yes.
right? So those things were causing issues, right?
Yeah, if he bowls wide, then it's not going to be a huge one because anyway the team that is batting getting some additional runs, so they don't
Yeah,
complain. But
right. Yeah,
still, the game has to end within 90 minutes. The 20 overs should
true,
be
true. Yeah,
completed within 90 minutes. So sticking to that will be a huge one to the viewers also because
yeah,
the
yeah.
viewers might tend to lose interest uh,
I mean, it's like a
at some point.
movie, right? If uh,
Yeah,
if it's a 2.5 hour movie, you would enjoy it. If it becomes like 3.5, 4 hours, you would be like, "Come on, here, get it over with," right?
but still, if it is going for 3.5 hours, let it be an open aimer or or
Yeah.
some very entertaining movie. If it is very slow paced and nothing exciting happening,
Hmm.
it's been just conversations and very rubbish movie, then it's not going to be advisable to
Yeah.
everyone.
True, true, true. Yeah. So, uh, is there anything else do you want to add?
I'm just waiting for 22 to kickstart the tournament.
Yeah,
Anyway,
me too. So, anyways, thank you guys for listening to this video. If you really like the content, uh, press the
to
like
like,
button. Do like, share, and subscribe, of course. And do let us know what you think about the videos. This will really help us to, you know, curate the content accordingly. So, thank you guys. See you.
yeah,
See you soon. Yeah.
thank you. Bye.
Bye.